Basic access to clean fresh water is an essential human right. But 1 in 3 people globally lack access to safe drinking water, and that is only getting worse. Water scarcity impacts every continent on our planet, and rapid urbanization is continuing to place heavy demand on our water resources. Not only is the global water cycle essential for life, but it also impacts every industry. All industries rely on access to fresh water, and water shortages is one of the most significant risks that businesses globally are facing.
Being exposed to that our whole lives, it's put forefront, so when we see things that's saying, hey, there's a shortage, we take it extremely serious. It really works out to be able to work with companies, work with governments, work with locals. If companies and individuals don't adopt water-conscious habits, it's a fair statement to say that the results could be catastrophic. There has to be some sort of reevaluation of priorities in that, just for the growth of the future.
In terms of water conservation, we have many different alternatives that does not cost more necessarily. So of course we can go into the more sophisticated part of the technology that IoT applied, and we can monitor all the water consumptions, great advantages there. But also we have water reduction devices into regular taps or toilets that really help in water saving without sacrificing comfort or performance. Today, especially for the bathroom areas, we have a lot of recycled water, a lot of rainwater used into that. Also waterless devices that save lots of water. And also we have water restrictors that actually, without the user noticing it, save 30 to 40% of the water. Both very sophisticated and very basic ones. I think that a very important issue that we should address is the misconception that water-saving products are more expensive. That's not true at all. I mean, of course, we can go to very sophisticated equipments or techniques, but we also have very basic. And some of them are not even more expensive than the regular one. So that's something that we really need to transmit to people, that saving water is not more expensive, and you won't even notice it most of the time.
I firmly believe that the next worldwide problems will be because of water scarcity. I think that it's very important that worldwide companies address the issue, address the problem, and try to find solutions for that problem. There are a lot of solutions that are cost-effective for faucets, for shower heads, for chinaware, that are very important and that are contributing to reduce that problem worldwide.
There's another important trend in terms of water conservation and also a safe environment for the users, and this is everything that is touchless or antibacterial. We have so many manufacturers and so many options now to have a very safe experience in a public area without touching anything or having some antibacterial element in the parts that you actually have to touch. I think we're living very exciting times because we have a lot of technology applied into that. So I think that it is very interesting how much IoT we have applied to these technologies and these type of products. But beyond that, what really excites me is the input of the new generations, because they have a different way to see life, simpler in a way, and that translates into very ingenious way to do things. So it is a little bit like going back to basics instead of making more sophisticated solutions to our problems, resulting in very ingenious and very environmentally friendly ideas. So that's why I really like, because if you pair that view with all the knowledge that all the experts in the field have accumulated over the years, you can come with very smart and very efficient products.
Helvex was created 71 years ago. Our philosophy has always been to produce the highest possible products for the market. We have tried to, over all these years, to produce products that are sustainable, that are ecological, that have that functionality that our consumer really wants and relies by acquiring our products. Since 1960, we were very concerned about the water efficiency issue, and we launched Faucet, which up until now, it's one of our biggest sellers worldwide, which is our economizer. And well, it gives you an idea of how focused we have been over all these years to keep on producing products to reduce the water scarcity.
The population corporations can be doing to target water scarcity is to partner with companies that are moving forward, developing technologies, and that is their sole focus. A lot of times the Southern Nevada Water Authority, they'll want to talk to companies like Helvex because they touch literally everything from companies to personal homes, multifamily apartment complexes, and through them they work to help builders save money to develop new opportunities to save water. So we've found a lot of success with that with Helvex. So Helvex is battling the global challenge of water consumption scarcity by developing technologies and putting it into every single one of their products. Waterless urinals, touchless faucets, and then the faucets and shower heads that they do have reduced flow while still being able to produce a luxurious feel. That is good, and that's phenomenal to be able to provide that to customers because they want to save water. They also want to be able to wash their hands in under 2 minutes. You can do that with Helvex because that is what they do.
It was definitely one of the first things that caught my attention when I first joined Helvex almost 30 years ago. And of course, in my early childhood, I used the very iconic economizer faucet like everybody. I was impressed by the vast array of elements that we had, like water restrictors for our valves and the showers. Of course, throughout the decades, we have been incorporating more and more products, like highly efficient toilets, and of course, and outstandingly, the best technology for a waterless urinal. That's like our contribution for water saving for this huge problem we have now. I think that sadly enough, one of the main voids in this industry and in general terms is lack of consciousness. I think that for some reason, most people in North America are not really believing that we're running out of water by the minute. So I think that that would be the main objective that we need to have in mind all the time, because it's really happening, and I think that if we don't act very, very quickly, it's going to bring us huge troubles for the whole human race and of course the planet. Considering that lack of awareness is one of the main problems, Helvex decided to take the lead in educating the market, not just by creating very, very efficient products and put them to their service, but also to teach them how to analyze their uses and their customs. So we actually have many programs. One of them is to help them to do a thorough analysis of their water consumption and give them ideas on how to reduce it and how to control it. You give them the elements and you give them the view. So that's a good way to help them. And we are also making our efforts in education. Directly through a company or through our foundation, we're aiming the young ones to teach them on how important the water is and easy ways to conserve it and use it better.
We have received over all these years the 3 biggest recognitions that any company within Mexico can attempt to achieve from the government, which is the National Prize for Quality, the National Prize for Export, and the National Prize for Technology. So those are the 3 biggest recognitions that anyone can get here in Mexico, and we feel very proud about it because those achievements are hard to get.
I'm sure that very soon we're going to start to more heavily invest in IoT applied to our water conservation efforts. We have bright minds working all the time in developing new techniques and new products to save water, and I'm sure that pretty soon we're going to be able to make our contribution to this huge mission a little bit larger and more significant. That's our aim.